Let's see how this works blogging. Here today, kind of backlit. Good morning. How you guys doing today? Show you guys the setup here real quick. All right, let's see how smooth I can get with the Zhiyun crane M2. Last year I was using DJI Ronin SC. Guys, back in the apartment off the roof, and I like it, but I don't love it. This has a little bit of jitter to it, where with my other one I should say, which this setup is a lot bigger. You know, it's much bigger than this, and I'll show a picture of the two side by side. You know, you got the ZV-1 here, you got the A6400 here with the Sigma 16mm f1.4 DJI Ronin SC wireless mic system, where this I'm using the what is that, the Sennheiser MKE 200. Couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, this is a much bigger, heavier setup than that, but it works. It's passable, and you could use image stabilizer, but it's just a little too jittery. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with the Osmo Action 2 because of its size. It has decent mics. I've already done a video on this, and I'm gonna use it with this this stick, remote stick that it comes with. It's just easier to pull it out. With this setup, you always have to rebalance it. It's not like this setup where you can lock it in place or lock it and travel with it. You can lock this, but you always gotta move it and rebalance it. I know it has this little piece on the back that supposedly makes it easier, but still, you still gotta set up where this, you know, you just pull this off, stick it back on, and you're good. Now, the only thing is with this setup is the audio. Audio is decent, but I think I'm gonna do like I'm doing now, where I will shoot whatever the scene is, and then I'll come back in post later on and talk about whatever it is, you know. And I also have my Osmo 4 gimbal here that I can use with a cell phone, whether my iPhone or Android phone. I could do that as well. I just don't think I'm set up to be this type of blogger, even though I have everything for it. To me, I'm just not comfortable using it because of how much time it takes, versus me with my backpack. I just pull this out, turn it on, and I'm off and running. You know, whether I'm talking, because most of the time I don't do a lot of talking until after the fact when I get back. I think that's just more the way I'm gonna go, using my Osmo Action 2 to blog with, and then capture POV footage with either the Go 2 that I have right here. And the Go 2 is what I use to shoot the other video outside with, besides using this camera, and the GoPro Hero 10 Black. Started to say 8 Black. It's the 10 Black. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do moving forward, man. And I want to keep my bag super light. This setup, you know, you gotta take the mic off. There's a bunch of stuff you gotta do, man. And then setting it up, like I said, it's easy to do once you know how to do it. It just takes a little time, and I don't really have the patience for that. You know, I'm not trying to make a Marvel movie or anything like that. I'm just trying to have fun on YouTube, share some memories and things like that. And I wanted to improve the image quality to have more of an organic look versus a digital look. But most people watching it on their cell phone and never really notice the difference between the quality of this camera versus this camera. So it's all good as far as I'm concerned. But overall, I would say it's a decent gimbal. You can do a lot of things with this gimbal, from using a small point and shoot camera. You could actually put, honestly, this 6400 on this camera without this lens though. You're gonna need either the kit lens or like a 50mm lens, some kind of small compact lens to go on this, because the weight of this lens will pull it down. It doesn't have, excuse me, a setup like this where you have lens support. This doesn't have that. So, you know, I could use this on this camera with a much smaller lens. So, but you can use a GoPro on this. You can balance a cell phone on it. It has many different things that you can do, and the battery life from what I can see is pretty good. I used it over the weekend, and I got a video coming showing me using it over a weekend. And you can improve your sound quality obviously with this mic, the Sennheiser mic that I'm using right now, but I just prefer small and the looks you get. I'm sure if I would have pulled this out walking around with it, I would have got a lot more attention because of the size. But with this, you know, it's small, it's compact. People still look because they know you're using some type of camera, versus this, you know, most people look at that like, oh, I don't know what that little thing is. And you know, even though this shoots way wider, this is my widest camera by far out of all the cameras I have, but it's just so small, so compact, so light, so easy to use. With the remote stick, I can set it up somewhere, turn it on remotely, shoot a scene, turn it off, so on and so forth. But I'll give it a thumbs up with a caution, because there is jitter. You may have to use stabilization in software or turn on stabilization in the camera, which is going to crop the camera in more, which that's what I was trying to avoid, keep from using that Ulanzi wide angle lens that I do have. So when it's stationary, like right now, I'm not using it because there's no stabilization on and it doesn't punch in. But if I were to turn stabilization on, it would punch in very close, and I don't like that, which is why you get that Ulanzi wide angle lens. But I thought this gimbal would have been a lot better based upon the reviews that I saw. It's decent, just so you know, but it's not perfect, okay? You're gonna need to turn on some type of stabilization, unless you're gonna do that ninja walk that I'm not gonna do, where you're like really smooth and deliberate in your steps. Otherwise, get an action camera, Osmo Action 2, Insta, GoPro Hero Black, whichever one, and you don't have to worry about stabilization and keeping it smooth. The software and the camera's gonna do it on its own. But anyway, guys, hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I am out. Peace.